Let's talk about these Cyelee optics. So you've probably seen these on the internet. My buddy Overton Windex has done a ton of videos on them. I have actually taken these two optics through classes. I haven't been handing the T10 around for people to look through, but with the Bear, I've been handing it around and everyone says that it looks very crisp for them. There's only one person I've ever handed it to where the optic looked bloomy to them, and even if it did, that might be something where everything looks bloomy to them. This optic has been my train gun for like the past year. So when I'm teaching or taking classes, I'm using this optic. It's held up, it's been fine. It's an enclosed optic, uses a plate. It clamps onto the plate with two screws, which I like more because it's less likely to shear off. However, there's still screws going downward in the plate that possibly could shear off. The battery housing is on the outside, and it's worked fine. For real, I thought I would break it, but I haven't yet. Now you can speculate that they sent me the best one or whatever, but from what I have seen, they are fine. Now, for something that you're carrying, I would recommend buying something that's more duty rated, that like police departments are already using. But if you wanted to just try a red dot, or put a red dot on a practice gun, a training gun, then there's no reason not to get it. This is about 180 bucks right now, and it's been great. Like, I've had other red dots in class break that were more expensive while I've been running this. I probably have like 2,500 to 3,000 rounds through this optic, and I haven't had any issues. When I first started using it, it seemed like the reticle wasn't bright enough, but I think that was just the battery I was using, because I've put other batteries in it since then and it's been just fine. Like, it stays bright enough, long enough while I have that battery in the optic. And that's the Cyelee Bear. Again, 180 bucks for an enclosed emitter optic. It's a really good deal, especially if you're just wanting to try out a red dot. And if you carry a red dot pistol, I recommend having your carry gun set up where it's milled for that footprint. You have backup irons in front of it, and then having also a training gun / practice gun. Because I see a lot of red dots break, and I think it's just another wear item on your gun. So if you bought the Cyelee just to try out a red dot, and it became your training red dot, then you lucked out. That's a pretty good way to have it set up. And I like having a train gun that has no irons on it, so you can't cheat and reference the irons on your presentation. You actually have to have a good presentation. So that's why having a train gun is important. Now for the rifle, I have this T10 from Cyelee. Last year I took this through Tremis Dynamics dynamic carbine class, and it did fine throughout the whole class. It was a 2-day class. Then I mounted it here on my daughter's rifle. No issues there. I don't have nearly as many rounds through this one. However, it's on a rifle, that's less punishing. I just set up this gun and I'm actually planning on mounting the T10 to this pistol. I'm gonna use a Chinese mount from Amazon. That's only 16 bucks and it fits an RMR footprint with Picatinny rail on top. And I'm just gonna mount the T10 to that. So this optic actually ended up getting used in class this past weekend on this gun. Now, it's still not broken. The Chinese mount did come loose, but the optic is still working. So now it's got probably 500 rounds on it through a pistol between me shooting it and my student. But putting a red dot on a pistol is more punishing. This was not even intended to be put on a pistol. So it's gonna be interesting to see if that works. And these are like 80 bucks. So again, you can put it on, like I have it here on my daughter's rifle. It actually comes with a full co-witness mount, which I don't like, but for my kid is a little bit better because the height between her eye line and her shoulder is a lot shorter than mine. So I have to mash my face up against it, but for her, it's a lot more natural. It actually kind of looks like she's using a Unity mount when she shoulders her rifle. But all the mounts that use a T1, T2, aim point style footprint, it'll fit those mounts. and it's 80 bucks. So if you're just looking to get a cheap red dot, this one has actually worked well for me. Again, if it's your primary fighting rifle, I would recommend getting something that's more duty rated, that like the military and cops are using right now. But like looking at how red dots and optics have gone, they're getting cheaper and you're getting more quality for less money every year. So something I think about is like, yeah, it's a budget optic, not a duty optic. But what would this optic have been worth 20 years ago, 30 years ago? Guys would probably shit their pants to have that optic. And there's nothing wrong with trying stuff out. So that's it, guys. Again, this is the BEAR and this is the T10. They're both from Cyelee Optics. I really, really like the BEAR. It's robust. I've smashed it against a bunch of shit, racking the slide and whatnot. It's done fine. The T10 has done fine too. And so if you're looking for a budget optic, you can look at the Cyelee Optics, and I think you'll be fine with them. I haven't had to do any warranty stuff, so I can't speak on that. But you can search and see if anyone's broken one and how that was handled. Again, Overton is like fucking, oh, let me drag it behind my truck and whatnot, and they're still working. And that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Keep fighting communism. Kill all pedophiles. And remember that training saves lives.